Hey there, guys. Sterling Barrington here with Barrington Real Estate. I'm here with Matt from the Synergy Mortgage Group. Hey there, Matt. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
We're going to ask Matt a couple quick questions about being a mortgage broker and about the business, the industry, and hopefully we'll get some good insights. All right, Matt, let's get right into it. First, tell us a little bit about the life of a mortgage broker. What you guys do?
Sure. So if you've never had the opportunity or the pleasure of working with a mortgage broker before, I basically help you navigate the mortgage process. So I have access to all kinds of different lenders and big banks that you've probably heard of, a lot that you probably even haven't heard of. And my job is to provide you with options for financing, either on your first house, moving up the property ladder, getting into a rental property, all that kind of stuff. I do all the legwork for you because mortgages aren't all created equal. Different banks and lenders have different products and services that are geared towards different people. So I help you navigate that process to get you the best rate, but also the best product to fit your needs.
All right, yeah, I think the service you guys provide is very helpful. Having to navigate that is difficult to do on your own.
Sure.
All right, so next question, Matt. Please tell us a little bit about how it was like when you first started as a mortgage broker and why you got into the business.
Sure. So I got into the business because I had a bad experience with a mortgage my first house. It wasn't until I moved kind of into my second house that I realized I had a really bad deal on my first house.
Oh no.
And it's just because I went to my bank, I asked for a mortgage, and they gave it to me. They didn't really ask any other questions. My second house, I found out about mortgage brokers, went there and went over where I was and where I wanted to be, and realized that I didn't really get the best deal when it came to my first mortgage. So as I moved up through the property ladder, I wanted to get into the real estate market, and this is where I saw the biggest opportunity. What has changed in the last even couple months is with the pandemic and the housing boom that we're going through, especially in Hamilton, we're getting into it where houses are going for way over asking. So that provides some different kind of mortgage questions and obstacles that we have to work through. So that's making sure our clients have all their ducks in a row and all their paperwork in, so that when you put an offer on a house, everything is good to go and you know that you can afford that house. So that's kind of what's changed in the last couple of months, especially with mortgages.
All right. And then I guess the next question is, what does the future hold, for you and your business?
Sure. So for me personally, over the next couple of months, so we're in our fourth house right now.
Nice.
And we are in a renovation mode. And so as this pandemic has brought on some interesting challenges where we've had lumber shortages, glass shortages, appliance shortages, we're hoping to make some headway on our renovation goals. But as for my business, I love working with first-time home buyers and those looking to climb the property ladder. So as we go into 2021, I'm really looking for those that want to get into the housing market, maybe they're a first-time home buyer, looking to move up into their next house. That's where I really connect with clients that are kind of under that umbrella, and I'm looking to work with more of them in this next year.
Great. Well, hey, I definitely think they need your kind of guidance and support to help go up that property ladder, of course. All right. Well, next question is, tell us a little bit something that most people do not know about you.
Sure. So there might be two things. One is I run an Instagram account called Property Ladder Therapy. And so as we're going over with my own renovations on my house right now, I'm basically showing people what are the do's, the don'ts, what adds value, what adds a wow factor when you're doing renovations, so that you yourself can use that information to move up the property ladder. The second thing that people may not know is I'm heavily involved with the Canadian Red Cross. And so I work in the emergency management department and disaster management. So like if you or I, if our house burned down, we had a house fire, some bad disaster happens, we probably have insurance that we can fall back on. We might have some family members that we can go stay with. But for those that are either new to Canada or are lower income, they may not have those same things that they can do. So the Red Cross will come in and put them up for a few days just to allow other community services to kick in for that. So it's one of the greatest humanitarian efforts in the world, and I'm really lucky to be a part of it.
Nice. Well, hey, we thank you very much for helping the community. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, next question is, the city of Hamilton and Stony Creek tell us a little bit about what you love about the city.
Sure. I think for Hamilton, there's three really great things that often get overlooked, and that is our art scene, our food scene, and our alcohol scene. We have some of the best restaurants in the world. We have a lot of really cool breweries, and the art scene is second to none. You don't really realize what we have until you get out of Hamilton. And you realize, why don't other cities have what we have? So I think that's one of the things that, or some of the things that makes Hamilton really unique.
Awesome. All right, and then for our last question here is, after a long day of mortgaging broken clients, and sometimes working with an interesting client that can give you a little bit of stress, what's your favorite holiday treat? Something sweet or something savory?
I would say something boozy.
Right?
I would say, so in the winter months, I really love the 40 Creek Cream, whether that's in coffee or on the rocks. And then in the summer months, I love Collective Arts from Hamilton, their beers.
Yeah.
Are really good value.
No, I have not tried Collective Arts beers as of yet, but I'm definitely going to. And the 40 Creek salted caramel is spectacular during the holiday season. All right. Well, everyone, thank you very much for joining us. Matt, thank you very much for answering all the questions here. Once again, I'm Sherman here from Barrington Real Estate. We got Matt from the Synergy Mortgage Group. And everyone, bye-bye for now.